and we understood where we are in the case of public facility, we are very far away, or we are not even 50% we developed like that. We understood when we thought about public facilities. Are you remembering that chapter and video? Okay, now what we are going to do? How our country, in the country as a democratic country, how much we are better, that we are going to see. So we want to analyze with other countries, those who become independent country or democratic country, what is their condition when they got when they fix that the right to vote for everyone, that you want to find out. Okay, then second feature of the constitution was that it guaranteed equality before the law to all the citizens, and in the constitution we are giving the equality to all people. All are equal before law, regardless of their caste, religion, religious affiliation. They are believing in any particular class or caste, that's not a matter in front of law. All are equal before law. The next one, there were some Indians who wished that the political system of new nation be based on Hindu ideals, but that India itself be run as a Hindu state. So some of the people, they asked for making the India as a Hindu state, because in the time of division Pakistan become a Muslim country. So some of the Indians or Hindus, they thought that India want to become like in a Hindu state. They pointed to the example of Pakistan, a country created explicitly to protect and further the interest of a particular religious community, the Muslims. However, Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru was of the opinion that India could not and must not become a Hindu Pakistan. So leaders, those who thought like that India want to become a Hindu nation, but our Prime Minister of that time, what he said, India could not or must not become a Hindu Pakistan. Instead of that, we want to follow the opinion of secularism, all religion having the equal rights, like that other things they discuss on that time itself. So present India, we are calling it secular India. Then besides Muslim, India had also large populations of Sikhs, Christians, as well as many Parsis and Jains. Under the new constitution, they would have the same right as Hindus, the same opportunities when it came to seeking jobs in the government or in a private, or the same right before law. So why Prime Minister said like that, Jawaharlal Nehru said that, why India should not be a Hindu country? Because there were many religions. Not only here, it is given very few religions name: Sikh, Christianity, then Parsi and Jains. Other than that, we know Buddhism, it started here in India. Then we are having this Sindhi communities are there, like that many communities are there, many religions are there. So all these people, we was living together. Jews are there in India, then Anglicans are there, like that many type of people, many religious believing peoples are there in India. So we should not keep India as a Hindu country. All people together, we want to live together and in harmoniously. So even all should get the equal opportunity when they are seeking job in government or in private sector or for education, like that means all are equal before law. The third feature of the constitution was that it offered special privilege for a poorest and the most disadvantaged Indians. So in the time of constitution, when we made our constitution, that time itself our leaders thought about the reservation or giving privilege to whom? The poorest and the disadvantaged Indians. Before, when we was following the caste system, who was getting the privilege on the base of their birth, and the higher caste people, they was getting privileges. Here very clearly they said financially poor as well as socially disadvantaged people want to get privileges. The practice of untouchability described as a slur and a blot on the fair name in India and was abolished. So, according to our constitution, untouchability it is abolished. Means should not or prohibited. We should not follow the rule what we had before untouchability. Then, Hindu temples previously open to only the higher caste were thrown open to all, including the former untouchables. So, because of this untouchability law taken away, so the temples which meant for the higher caste people that also open to all. But we can't say like that. It is literally we are practicing like that things in India. Still we are having little bit stigma or attitudes like that. The caste divisions and other things we are discussing at home also. These things are there. What is written in the constitution? It is prohibited. Then, after a long debate, the Constituent Assembly also recommended that a certain percentage of seats in the legislature as well as job in the government be reserved for the members of the lowest caste. So, not only the job or education, with that some of the assembly seats, constituent assembly seats, it may be state assembly or the parliament assembly, some of the seats reserved for untouchables or the socially deprived people. Then it had been argued by some that untouchables, or as they were now non-Harijans, or we are calling them Dalits also, candidates did not have good enough grade to get into the prestigious Indian administrative service. If we are not keeping like that some reserved seats, they may not get the equivalent mark with the other candidates to become the to serve the country, like that they was thinking. So we started our reservation when we adopted in our constitution itself. Before that many debates happened and near about 12 books it is means big books it is there, what all things they discuss and what was the first draft, then how it changed, again how it changed, like that things it is there in Parliament House, and they are still they are referring that books. Okay, then. But as one member of the Constituent Assembly, H.J. Kandekar, argued, it was the upper caste who were responsible for the Harijans being unfit today. So one of the that Constituent Assembly member, what he said, the upper caste people only made these untouchables.